I'm Bob Hunter, and I wrote the article on Ohio Stadium for Echoes magazine.
Playing football at the Horseshoe changed my life because as a result of playing football at the Horseshoe, a lot of people in Ohio, they know the name Archie Griffin, and the fact that playing at Ohio State and playing in the Horseshoe made it possible for me to win 2 Heisman Trophies.
It was a very crazy idea. The university has 8,000 students. There's 185,000 people in Columbus, and now all of a sudden you're talking about a stadium with 63,000 seats. Incredible. It's really an incredible story.
I think what makes it special, what gives it the staying power, is the same thing that made it special from the beginning. It's the fans and the fact that the Ohio State University football team really has had a lot of success in the stadium.
In 1904, OSU expanded Ohio Field to 2,000 seats. But 1916 is when everything changed. And that was because Chick Harley, who had been a local kid, a local high school football star, he and his teammates suddenly had all this success. More and more people wanted to go to the games. They won all their games that year. And Chick Harley was a star. That's why they call Ohio Stadium the house that Harley built.
Chick Harley is the one that got the fans really excited about Ohio State football. Not only was he a great halfback where he could run the football, but he could also pass. He also played defensive back. He could do it all. As a result, Lynn St. John and Thomas French, Lynn St. John, who was the athletic director at the time, they kind of felt that Ohio State needed a bigger stadium, and the result of it was Ohio Stadium.
When they drew these plans up, and the university wasn't going to pay for it, they decided they were going to have, the public was going to have to pay for this. They were going to have this big campaign to raise $1 million for the stadium. They started the campaign to raise the money in October 1920. January 1921, they had $1 million. Shortly after that, they broke ground, and they opened the stadium in 1922. So basically, from the time they raised the money, it wasn't even 2 years before they were actually playing in the stadium, which is incredible in itself.
Now, nobody thought after Ohio State maybe getting 12,500, 60,000 or so. Look what we have now. 100 years later, it's now over 100,000 seats, and people are enjoying the heck out of Ohio State football. Great vision.
This magnificent, big, giant stadium. That idea could have never been sold if Chick Harley and that team hadn't come along.
One word that I have that describes Ohio Stadium, the players, and everything surrounding the Buckeyes is awesome. It's really something that people can really get very, very excited about.
The stadium is unique. I mean, it is a different deal. Like, everybody's got to play in a stadium somewhere. So there's a lot of big stadiums. Believe me, I've been to a ton of them. But they don't have the feel, the size, the magnitude, whatever, of Ohio Stadium.
Well, there's no question in my mind that Ohio Stadium is probably the most recognized landmark in Ohio.
Ohio Stadium has that tradition and history, has the age. It's kind of its own thing.
Oh, if there was one thing I could change about the stadium, and I'm not huge on this, but that team up north has the biggest stadium in the nation, and we don't like to be outdone by them. So I said, if there's anything to change, I'd make it bigger.